Hello guys and welcome to a new video. It's your boy Larry. There. Shala LA squad. Salute. Guys, we got an educational video, but before I start that, I just want you to see my fresh trim. Damn.
Boy, if you don't get,
I gotta look neat for sixth form that's starting like next week. Some of you already started school, that's peak for you, but I start mine next week. And it's sixth form as well, so I'm doing A levels. The A levels I'm picking are maths, physics, and computer science. But yeah, guys, comment down below what you're doing for A levels. And I'm mostly getting waves. Hopefully you can see them in this. I don't want to be embarrassing myself. But now let's just get to the video. But before I start this video, make sure you guys sub down below, like, comment, share. And guys, let's get this video to 30 likes. So yeah, let's get to it. So as you can see from the title, it's about how I got all 9s. It's not generic tips. This one's about how I personally got all 9. Well, I didn't get all 9s. I got all 9s except for 2 subjects, Spanish and English literature that I did last year. But we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about them. But yeah, I'm just gonna say I got all 9s for the simplicity. And if you guys don't believe me, here's proof. And so let's just get straight into the video. Straight up. Some of you might not believe me, especially people that go to my school that might be watching this. But I'm telling you guys, I ain't a typical student. I'm not at home just revising. Some of you might not believe me because I don't go out that much. But the truth is, like, when I'm at home, a lot of the time I'm gonna be binge watching stuff or just going on my phone, which isn't good. I'm not saying it's good, but it's just not typical of a all-night student. So, but the thing about revising is you gotta revise efficiently, not excessively. What I do is I revise efficiently, but I don't even, like, I'm not gonna show off that much, but I don't really revise that much because what I did is I studied ahead of class. So that's tip number 1, studying ahead of class. For me, studying ahead of class almost carried me through high school, not gonna lie. Like, I'll just be sitting there in class, and as a teacher talks about a topic, I'll be like, I already know this. I already learned this in year 6 or year 7. Like obviously the books I can recommend for this is this one, Help Your Kids with Maths, and there's also one for Help Your Kids with Science. That's what I used. My parents bought it for me when I was in year 6, and I read it a lot during the summer holiday going into year 7. And then most of it was already GCSE stuff, so I already knew GCSE stuff going into year 7. So a lot of the stuff that I learned from there, I didn't even touch it until year 10 and 11. I was like, bro, that's what helped me a lot during school. So guys, if you're younger years, like year 7, year 8, year 9, make sure you study ahead of class. If you're year 10, year 11, it's a bit too late to do that now. But you can still study ahead of your class, but you just gotta mix in revision of the topics you already know. A lot of you might struggle to learn ahead of your class, but the thing that helped me learn ahead is because I had a genuine interest in the subjects. Like for science, for maths, for computer science, I had genuine interest in those 3 subjects, and in geography. I had genuine interest in those subjects, and that's why I read ahead of class. Because I actually wanted like some sort of career inside of those topics, like back in year 7. But if you have a genuine interest, just read ahead of it. Don't just wait for class to get to it. If you read ahead, then it's just going to be like revision when the class is going through it. And come on, that'll consolidate it in your brain and you'll do well. So tip number 2, that is make sure you listen to your teachers. A lot of you don't even listen to your teachers. It's so important, I'm not gonna cap, especially for subjects like religious studies, English, like both type of, especially English literature. Like the teachers literally tell you the answers. You gotta listen, you gotta take in the notes. Like for me, for subjects like science, maths, like I did listen to my teacher, but like as I said, I already read ahead of class, so it's not as important for that. But for subjects that you haven't read ahead of class, make sure you listen to your teachers, take notes. And yeah, for tip number 3, it's like the most popular question that people ask is, when do you start your revision? Like, Larry, when did you start your revision? When did you start to revise? Like me, when I started to revise, it was the beginning of 2020. I recommend, obviously it's better to start earlier, But the best time to start revising is the beginning of the year that you got your exam. So January time, start revising, like, and then get more intense as you approach March. Obviously, I didn't need to revise at the end of it because you just got given our predicted grades. But what I would have done is, as I approached April, May, that's when I'll be way more intense in my revision. Like, I'm revising 2 hours a day. Like, some people might revise 5 hours a day, but that's just too much. Come on, revising 5 hours a day, I can't do that personally. But the people who can do that, carry on doing that. I'm not telling you to stop, but for the typical student, like, try and do 1 hour or 2 hour a day, but then, like, near the beginning of the year, try and do at least 20 minutes a day, and then that will become. So guys, for tip number 4, make sure you get revision guides. These help me a lot. This is what I used to read to be able to read ahead of class. Like, you gotta get them. If you don't get them, I don't know. Like, a lot of the time, the notes that you make in class might miss information, and you need to have that information, because, like, sometimes in class you might get distracted or the teacher might be going too fast. But these notes, they have everything. They literally have the whole course. So make sure you get them and read through it all, and then you'll be fine. Like, they literally carry. That's literally what I was using for most of my revision. And most of my revision, I just used to read them. And if it's too complicated, like in the book, like you don't understand what they're saying, guys, there's YouTube. Just search up on the internet, the simplified version, and then you'll see it there. So guys, don't get intimidated by the books if you don't understand them. Just search up on YouTube as well if you need that as well. That's what I used to do. I used to just revision guide or YouTube, and then I'll do practice questions. Talking about practice questions, for tip number 5, you gotta practice your work. Like, if you're not gonna practice it, you're gonna forget what you learned in a week. Like, for me personally, doing questions in school was good practice. What I used to do back, like, in summer holidays when I was going to year 7, I don't know why I chose. I was so passionate about maths. I used to do GCSE past papers at the age of 11. I did that. I don't know why, but that was my practice, and it stuck with me all 4 years. So guys, when you gain the knowledge, make sure you put it in application, and then when you put it in application, it will be able to recall it so easily in any time. But make sure when you learn the knowledge, when you're practicing, put it in certain situations, because physics, especially physics and these other sciences, they never just straight up ask you questions. They always put it in situations, and you gotta be able to get your head around that. So make sure you practice, do mock papers as well. But a lot of the time, especially because it's new GCSEs, the mocks they do in school are the past paper exams, so it might mess up things, but just find a way to practice and then you'll become. For tip number 6, we've already spoken about it. It's mocks. It's to do with mocks. Guys, you gotta try any mocks. Like, 2020 has shown how important mocks are, and you never know what can happen in the next few years. You're like me, when I was in class here, and the teachers would mark our mocks and give it in. If I saw a mock that I knew I should have got, I would always question teachers. All my classmates know this. I would question every single mark. I want to get every single mark that I deserve. And guys, don't just feel like, oh, it's just marks, it don't matter. Every test matters. 2020 has shown every test matters. Even if there's no coronavirus in the next 10 years, hopefully, just still try in every single test, and that it's just good practice for the real thing. Like, if you put your all in every single test, when you do GCSEs, it will be calm. It won't be as stressful anymore. And tip number 7, the last tip, it's not generic, but it's a problem that a lot of people have. You have to be motivated. You have to have inspiration, because a lot of people can't just straight up study just like that. Like, a lot of people might struggle. They would become easily distracted if they don't have any motivation. And you guys need to get inspired. That's what I did. I got inspired. I have my goals in the future. I know what I want to do, and I know that I have to work hard to be able to reach those goals, and I can't just be sitting around and being lazy, just watching Netflix like I used to do. So guys, you gotta be more productive. You gotta find inspiration. To find inspiration, just think, what do you want to do when you're older? What do you actually want to do when you're older? Obviously, you might not be able to answer it if you're a young age, but like, just say any career at the moment. Obviously your goal can change, but just say any career at the moment. See what you need to do, and then try to go above that. yeah, and that will be your motivation to revise for 5 hours if you want to, or 2 hours if you want to. But guys, just find inspiration, because it's very hard to revise without any inspiration there. You get me, guys? But yeah, that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. For all the people that have exams next year, I wish you luck. It's going to be very difficult now that you've missed so many months of GCSE knowledge. But guys, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment what you think about this video. Comment down what you got in the GCSEs as well. And just share this video as well, guys. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.